Hello friends, my name is Koolio and welcome back to the channel. Today guys, we're taking a first look impressions video for TRAHA Online. This is a new mobile mmorpg that just released over in Korea. It is developed or published by Nexon, developed by Maoi Games. Now I can't really comment on the monetization of this game, so I apologize for that because I know some people, it's Nexon. There's been some other games they haven't really done the best on. There's been some games that I haven't been really impressed with them as of late. But I do want to let you guys know, even though this game is available to play right now in South Korea, there is a heavy IP block on it. Meaning if you want to jump into this game, you're going to need a pretty dang good VPN in order to get into it. My suggestion, if you guys want to at least just try the game out, is find a VPN that has that like a 7-day trial to jump into and play the game. So what we're going to do in this video is we're actually going to jump in, we're going to show some of the combat, show you some of the UI elements, show you the game in general, because this is a really beautiful game and I've been having a lot of fun with it so far. But just because it's beautiful doesn't mean it doesn't have its problems, because there are some flaws to this game that I don't particularly like. But one of the things I want to mention right off the bat is the fact that yes, this game is beautiful and so is its UI. The UI is pretty clean, though it can get cluttered here and there. It definitely looks a lot better than a lot of other mobile MMORPGs that I've played as of late. Now the only other major flaw that I have in this game, or the big major flaw that I have in this game, is its auto combat system. Now, I don't mind if a mobile MMO has an auto combat system in it. That's totally fine because, sometimes you need help when it comes to like grinding or, like leveling up when you're not able to pay attention to the game, and that's totally fine. But if I want to like jump in and manually do stuff, I want it so that the auto combat will turn off, leave me alone, and allow me to jump into the game and actually play it. This game, the auto combat is pretty heavy-handed, meaning like if I try to do manual combo and stuff, even if I turned it off, it doesn't necessarily feel that good. Like even the combat in this game, it has, I don't know if it's because like I live so far away from South Korea and there's like a weird connection issue or something going on, but it doesn't feel as fluid as I was hoping it would be. The game's auto combat is fine when you're playing through the game. Everything looks really, really good, and in fact there are some instances where you're gonna have to interact with the game to get the most out of it. For example, I've got an ability that I'm playing as like a warrior, and she's got kind of like a rage bar. Now when that rage bar fills up, I can activate one of her abilities, and I believe if I've got it, if I use a certain amount of it, I can go ahead and activate like a secondary version of the ability after activating it the first time. Then I've got this ability right here where I activate, and I gotta hit that bar at just the right moment. I do a significant amount of damage. On auto combat, it won't do that. So there are instances where you're gonna have to manually take over. I just want to warn you guys, manual combat doesn't really feel that good. It feels like it was more focused towards the auto combat than it was manual combat, but I can't really, say that for sure because I am playing super far away from South Korea, so it could just be kind of like a latency issue. Now, you can see my character kind of going around doing some auto combat and stuff. I'm currently doing like a side quest. Now, if you guys decide to play this, one of the other big factors that might lead you guys to not play this game is the language barrier. And I do like to let you guys know if a language barrier is going to be a big problem for people that want to like try the game and just have fun with the game, but not necessarily like deep dive into this game. This game will be kind of tough if you're trying to get into it without knowing the language, but I will give you guys some tips here and there to understand. So if you look up on the top right, you can see my quest log. The golden quest log basically is your main quest line. If you get to a point where you try to tap on it and it won't let you like move on to the next area, and then you see like a number highlighted in gold, that basically is telling you that you're not at the right level for that quest. You can see mine, the golden one, it has like a golden 10 in the quest up at the top right. It's pretty much telling me I need to be level 10 in order for me to progress the main storyline. The green quest just below that, that is your daily missions that you can complete, and then the one just below it, the blue one, that is some side missions that you can kind of set up for yourself. Like if I go through and look at this, you can see the distances. This one is 87 meters, 475 meters for me. But basically a lot of these things have to deal with like, they're little side missions you can complete. You can basically tell them like how many of these certain energy points that you want to use in order to accomplish this mission. Yes, this game does have an energy system in it, which is really, really annoying. That's one of the other flaws that I have. When you run out of that, basically there's certain things that you can't do, like these side missions, you're not able to complete them. And even if you go around and just kind of like grind mobs, I noticed that, and maybe this was something like, maybe I'm mistaken, but it looked like I was like, you know what, I'm not level 10 yet, or I had to do like the next quest. So I decided to go ahead and just decided to grind some mobs. And I wasn't getting any experience at all. And I was like, what is going on? So I decided to see if there were, you know, maybe alternative ways, or maybe it was such a minuscule amount of experience I was getting that I couldn't see it. Turns out it looks like you actually have to activate one of these like bounty missions in order for the experience to actually come to you. So there is sort of a gated progression behind the energy system, which is not good. So that's one of the other major flaws in this game. So yeah, there are two major flaws: the auto combat system and the energy system in this game, which is really annoying. Besides that, it's a beautiful game. It runs really good. And to be honest, like I've been wanting to play a good MMORPG that looks as close as you could possibly get to a PC version. And this is basically that game. You're not going to find another, I mean, there are other MMOs that look really good, but this is honestly like the best one that I've seen in a long time. The UI, the gameplay, everything behind it is absolutely spectacular. Now, there are some other really cool, interesting elements behind this game I want to let you guys know. One thing I do suggest, if you guys want to try to get into this game, play it with the language barrier, download like Google Translate, take a picture of this menu right here, and just go through and kind of translate it. Basically, if you played an MMO, you can kind of understand what's going on. This is basically your character's information. You've got, this is like some quests and stuff that you can go through, I believe, like missions. Yeah, this is your side missions, things like that. This next one right here, I haven't fully unlocked this yet, but it looks to be some kind of talent tree system that you can kind of go through and enhance a lot of these things, except I don't exactly know how to do that. It says I have points to do it. Oh, maybe, there we go. Maybe I just spent it. I don't know if there's like a way to like get those back. Oh, it looks like, oh, that's kind of a cool. There we go. You can go through and spend your points, moving them around, things like that. You can put it into certain spots. So that's a pretty cool customization thing. It's probably not going to be something that someone that doesn't understand the language is going to be really into until the game officially launches in English. There is a pretty cool mechanic behind the game where your character can equip a total of like 3 different types of weapons. You got like the main two-handed sword, like the broadsword or the great sword, and you got like 2 dual-wielding swords and an arch or like a bow. But I haven't unlocked those just yet. I believe if they get to a certain level before you can start unlocking those other weapons and kind of swap between them. Some of the other things I want to let you guys know is there's some pretty cool pets in this game, these companions that you can get. I don't know exactly how to get them just yet, but it does give you kind of a little bit of an overview of some of the ones that you can capture or obtain, and they look so freaking cool. Like seriously, look at this guy. He looks amazing. They've also got some pretty cool, epic dungeon bosses that you can run through. I believe it's this one. Yeah. So you can see some different boss designs that you'll be able to eventually fight. I haven't gotten to the point where you can actually take these guys on just yet. It hasn't unlocked for me. But there are some absolutely incredible monster designs in this game. This game is over the top in its visual style. I freaking love it. Look at this thing. That looks absolutely insane. Now there is another really cool system that I want to show you guys called like spirit cards. This is basically kind of like an artifact system in the game. So you have a certain amount of energy or lifeblood, I'm going to say it because it looks kind of like a blood drop or a teardrop on these artifacts that you can equip. With each of these artifacts, depending on how much you've leveled them up, which you do need to get duplicates of them through the gacha system in the game. It does have a gacha system, which is a little unique. But basically, you can equip a certain amount onto your character. And so right now, I'm at a total of 29 energy out of 30. It shows like I've got an increase of 36 to attack, 33 to defense. An overall like battle rating or like power rating that's been acquired to the character. But each of these cards do give you certain stats, and some of like the rarer ones will actually give you a little bit more stats and even like bonus stats or passives once you've actually unlocked them. So you can actually see like there's some legendary ones, but you can't actually check them out until you like actually acquire these bottom ones here. That it won't let me show you them. But there are some pretty cool little gacha systems in this game. You can go through and kind of level this up using some basic gold. So pretty cool system. I think it's interesting. I don't know exactly if it's going to be a sort of pay to win system, but I do think that limitation on how many you can equip kind of makes it so you can't just go out and spend a whole bunch of money on the gacha system just to get like a lot of these cards, because like it says, it limits your character on how many you can equip, but that limit increases as you play through the game. So another thing that I really like too in this game is it does have this kind of skill preview, as well as kind of like a skill customization in this game. It's going to be a little bit interesting for me to kind of explain how this works. But you have different abilities that you can actually swap in and out on your skill bar right here to kind of try them out if you want to. You can see what those skills do. You can see their animations. You know, I've got like a chain hook right here. or I can do like a charge ability. So depending on like what situations you're going to, you can actually go through here and actually, you know, customize your character's abilities, which I really like that. It's really, really cool. You're limited to how many abilities you can have on the bar, so you really have to focus on what kind of character you want to play, what kind of play style, or what kind of dungeons or bosses you're going up against. Another interesting fact besides that, let's say you're deciding to use this charge ability. There are runes that you can actually equip onto this charge that actually change the way that charges work. So this first one deals just a little bit more damage, but the second rune that you can equip on right here, if I were to go ahead and actually equip this, basically what it does is now when I charge the enemy, it will knock them down as well. And then I've got another one. I don't know exactly what it does. Maybe lowers defense or something like that. But it's cool that not only can you swap out different skills, but you can also swap out the runes for those skills and basically make it so different ability or skills do different things based on like what rune or secondary ability that you have equipped to them. So I love that system about this game. It's a really, really interesting system. Now this, I believe, is sort of like a passive system in the game too. Like if you want to have certain passive abilities activated, you'll go through and you can actually switch which one you want activated and which one of these like side passes you want attached on top of it. Not 100% sure on it because, like I said, I don't understand the language. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to kind of move around, check out the world. I wish there was a way to like hide the UI. I haven't found it yet. And even like kind of zooming in to check out my character, which looks absolutely amazing. Like the character customization in this game is really great. And I was going to show you guys that. Unfortunately, I'm having some weird connection issues and it's not letting me actually show you guys how the customization works. But it is pretty dang good. You can make your characters look absolutely amazing. So this is it for TRAHA Online. Before we end the video, I am going to go ahead and do a quick summon. I've got enough gems to do one more of these summons just to show you guys kind of what that looks like. Here we go. Let's see if we can't get any pretty cool spirit cards. And oh snap, we got a couple of basic rares of common. I think this one right here, this blue one right there, is probably our most rare card. That's actually a pretty cool right there. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. Our first blue, and I believe it's right here. And yeah, pretty cool. Nice art design. It costs 15 blood energy in order for me to equip. I'd have to unequip a lot of my other stuff. I can basically just go like this. It's gonna take up a lot of space in order for me to equip this on. There are different elemental types too. I'm calling holy, demonic, and natural. So you can see that the 3 different types here that you can have equipped. You can only have 2 of each of those types. So it is kind of a cool system. Probably my favorite system in this game so far. Well guys, that is it for TRAHA Online. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date in the latest in mobile gaming. Alright friends, I'll see you next time.